Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, boys and girls. How are we all doing? Yeah, I'm late. Give me a rest. It's Monday. It's Monday.
Is
How
that your
are we
wallet?
all
You're
doing?
just glad to see me.
Yo,
Both, I
Cholita,
hope.
with the 32. Thank you very much. I just realised my alerts are getting completely flipping spanked by it's whoop. My alerts are getting absolutely hidden by everything that's going on. Right. Majestic mats are tanking. Oh, don't worry about it. If you're not seeing how many of them are needed, people need flipping thousands of those things. This is the famous low FPS abundance stream. I did some testing actually, and for some reason, and I can't figure out why this reason is, for some reason, my OBS is straight up stealing about 60 FPS. Now, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. I did some testing the other day. If I turn OBS on, boom, say goodbye to about 60 FPS. Turn OBS off, it comes back again. Now, I do not want no tech support with this. I do not want tech support. I'm merely explaining that I know something's wrong and I need to fix it. But I'll figure it out one day. I'll figure it out. Today, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to drink a Monster. Good morning, boys and girls. And I'm going to tinker about, I'm going to pop about, and we're going to do some stuff. My main dude is level 89. Really feel as if I need to get this fella leveled up now. Yeah. Not really got much of a strict plan today. I think I have done most of the abundance ones I need to do on most of my characters. But I'm not sure. Have you even finished the campaign? Oh yeah, I've done all the campaign and stuff. I did all of that on my main druid. We did that like day one. That was done day one. I'm just talking about like my actual main character. My actual main dude. Need to get him some levels. I actually need to probably take a little bit of a look at all of these guys. Check each of the professions. We had a whole new round of patron orders, I think, yesterday, didn't we? Which might be a good, relatively chill, easy start to the day. Might need to burn a bit of concentration as well. Still got a bunch of alchemy. I've still got alchemy and flipping engineering to set up on a bunch of characters that I haven't done. Which might also be on the cards for today. Oh, are you, Shag? That clearly is Team Australia. That is definite Team Australia lingo. That is. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Got my alliance house to level 8, so I can make it medium size now. Then I have to change the whole garden. Are people doing much decor stuff? I've still been selling a reasonable amount of decor, you know. Still been selling a fair amount of it. Why is my YouTube view count thing not working? Why is it not tracking YouTube numbers? What's going on there then? Why is that a thing? Why is Streamlabs not tracking my YouTube numbers? Do we have any info about an abundance getting a catch-up mechanic? We don't. I'm going to let you into a little secret. There was nothing of any nature like that in the beta. So no, I don't think there will be. I would also half assume that it's not going to be the biggest of deals, because your epic tool has significant importance. People will have to get their epic tools first, I think, if they're doing it, you know, smart. but your epic accessories are marginal. Now, of course, they do provide an advantage, and it's the same logic as racial bonuses, right? They're an advantage, but in the grand scheme of things, they account for like nothing. But getting the tool nice and promptly will be important. After that, I don't think it needs to worry about it. I'm going to be honest. This abundance is absolutely Chorgas 2.0. I'm already despising this thing. I thought it looked kind of fun, and I'm actually, weirdly, everybody running around and just zerging it makes it less fun than if you actually had to do it yourself. Because you just have a slideshow for 3 minutes, and then, oh look, I won. It's not fun. It would actually, in my opinion, be more enjoyable if it was a solo experience, yeah. It'll be horrible in 2 weeks when everybody but the crafters have got what they needed out of it. Well, the thing is, then it will go back. See, the problem is it will then go back to being that closer to solo experience. But it will mean, because it can still be done in a group, because it can still be done in a raid, that will still be the meta way to do it. So in 2 weeks' time, when all of the crafters still need to do their 8 runs every week, you're actually going to be better off joining like a raid group or something to do it. And it's going to be a real feels bad if you don't, because you run the risk of then getting less points if you're not super well geared yourself. It's kind of a bit weird like that. Just need to go into a raid group and go AFK. At least if they allowed us to use all 8 dun-duns at once. Well, that's another aspect of it. I kind of half think that the flipping the farming the dun-duns is going to be more annoying than the actual event. Because sure, it's fine the first week when we're all out and about doing stuff and everything's new and we're trying to figure stuff out. But when it's just okay, I need to spend 15 minutes fishing on each character first. I don't know. Sold a bunch of stuff yesterday, which is good. 150k in the mailbox. And some knowledge points. Maybe I did patron orders on this dude. Sold our concentration crafts. Yep. Infused scale woven hides have been selling nicely. Oh no, where's me long boy at? Hang on, this long boy's the wrong colour. Oh no. Infused scale wovens have expired. That's not fun. Okay, sure. Alright, well, we go again. Have a little look, see if there's a... Whoa, easy now. Ooh, big batch of orders. Big old batch of orders. Most of which are going to be... no thank yous. Couple from patron orders over the week, and then couple from treasures, and then couple from fishing. This is it. I think abundance is going to be pushed to the end of the week, unless you know it's the week where you'll get enough to actually get an epic. Then you might prioritize it nice and early. But if it's not a week where you know you're going to get an epic, you're probably going to push it to the end of the week. You're going to try and get your shards of dun-duns sort of passively whilst just doing Patreon orders, and then sort of top them up to 8 with just some meaningless activity thereafter. Seems to be the play. It certainly means I don't think I'm going to be doing dun-dun runs on most of my spare crafters. I just can't. I'm just not going to find the enthusiasm to do it. Are you funding all the 5 accounts from the gold? Yeah. I don't. Blizzard doesn't get any of my credit card money. All paid for with gold. Still getting this weird bug with Journalator. Journalator's going to need an update. Ooh, wow. People are trying to put in orders for decor. Holy, look at the price of some of this decor. No shit, they're putting in orders for it. Regional sale average of 142,000 gold for a resplendent highborn statue. Damn, son. Why am I not on this game? Sheesh. Telling you. Everybody's sleeping on decor. Telling you. It's where the money's at. We're all running around like fucking idiots. Trying to, you know, get best in slot crafting professions. People out farming decor are making absolute bank right now. Silly money. Do we need to finish the campaign in order to see the abundance? I've got 8 shards, still doing nothing. There is some breadcrumb intro quests that you need to do. Yes, if you haven't finished the campaign, though, that is your highest priority. It does unlock later on in the campaign, I think. Or at least when you unlock adventure mode. I can't remember exactly which. TLDR, yeah, get the campaign done if you haven't finished it. Everybody wants these statues, you know. Public orders up for those all over the shop. Flipping out, look at the knowledge points on this list. All landing on shit I don't own. Fucking annoying's that. Meaning half of it's trashed here. Shit, I didn't check. Is today concentration day? I mean, it must absolutely be concentration day. I can't remember the last time I spent concentration. I need to take that into consideration when I'm doing this. While that Blizz is going to let the hyperspawns exist for so long and tank the cloth markets, I'd highly consider buying up a whole bunch of cloth if I was strongly concerned about it. Simply because if they do eventually nuke them, look at it this way: if they nuke the cloth farms, the price of cloth goes up. If they don't nuke the cloth farms, when the season launches, half the cloth farmers won't bother doing it anymore because the price of cloth is nuked. They'll go off and do raiding, they'll go off and do Mythic Plus. E.g., the price of cloth rises. Looks like a win-win to me. This is not sound financial advice. Looks like a win-win. Hey, see, why is it not done this one? Oh, because some dum-dum is flipping Primrose here is asking for it at high quality. You provided all of the mats. But I don't have the ability to do it at high quality without using concentration. Is 88 concentration worth the 2 knowledge points here? It probably is, but I've also noticed that I do have a stacked 1000 concentration, meaning we are, yes, definitely looking at concentration day. I will address that situation in a minute. Let's get the patron orders out of the way first. Oh my god. Wow. They're gross, aren't they? Downside was selling all my stray materials. I have to buy them all back to fill patron orders. Okay, I can't believe I'm leaving this list so unbelievably empty, but... right. Today is concentration day. By the looks of things. Oh, why didn't I complete that order? Hello? Fulfill 50 midnight crafting orders for jewel crafting. Oh, God. Have I really done that already? Okay. We're way on our way. Oh, this dude doesn't have any concentration. Alright, fine. That means I've probably been sporadically spending it doing other things, and I don't know what those other things are. Why do I not have... Oh, yeah. I only have the high quality tool for resourcefulness stuff. Sure. Prospecting, by the way, is nearly finished. I've got all the points I need in thoughtful throughput. I'm chipping away at getting proficient processor done. None of this actually goes any further to make me any better at prospecting. It just pushes me to the point where I'll be able to do quality 2. And do quality 2 efficiently. It's already possible to do quality 2 prospecting, obviously, otherwise there wouldn't be quality 2 gems. But you can't also do it at the same time as being efficient. What do I need? 16 more knowledge points? 16 to go. We're looking at leatherworking concentration. We are. Do I have anything to spend leatherworking concentration on? Probably not. Oh, Jesus. That's tragic. None of that's happening then. Absolutely none of that's happening. Recipe scan, leatherworking. Nothing really stand out on leatherworking. Even the infused scale woven hides are like down to nothing. Presumably because I imagine by this point people can mass produce them. There's not really any reason to not. Yeah, 500 gold profit potentially. 400 concentration. Yeah, it's just not worth it. It's not worth wasting. The value of majestic hide is kind of screwing this market more than anything else. Probably then means I should use my concentration on crafting one of these at higher quality. Or maybe I'll just save the concentration on leatherworking because it really doesn't matter. I'll save it for when a flipping guild order comes through or something. Or a random ass public order, or I don't know, something with big money. I'm spec'd into, where are we spec'd into? Spec'd into profession gear on this dude. We got the points here. I need some further points over here. This is just a min-maxion price thing. That means with high quality mats, I can produce all of these 3 at top quality now. Once again, basically meaning I don't have that much need for concentration. Jeweler's covers using only quality 1 dust. Might be a play for concentration, actually. That's a huge amount of cost there. What does that look like? That looks like a win, you know. Craft 1 of them. Just to burn the concentration. But apparently some Zanza fella already got the recipe for the Sunfire Silk spell thread. Yeah, I know he did, yeah. I don't know how much he paid for the recipe, but quite a lot, I'd imagine. He did the same in the War Within, actually. Oh, he paid 5 mil for it, did he? I'm sure he's made that back already. I'm sure he's made that back already. There's 1,000 gold difference between normal and high quality glimmering gem dust here. So there's about a 10k saving by using concentration on this. There's also 600 gold difference here. But I don't think there's that is your problem. That is your problem, though. If I take all of the 10 off, use normal quality on all 10, it takes my skill down too far. So we gotta stagger a few high quality ones. That's a bit of an annoyance, isn't it? That's a bit of an annoyance. How many do we actually need? How many can we exchange? Seven? We can make 7,000 gold from 463 concentration. How much profit is in crafting these at top tier anyway? Not sure I trust any of TSM's numbers on this sort of stuff right now. So what was that? 7 and 3. Oh, now I don't have 7 low quality ones. Flipping out. All of this is stuff you meant to figure out. 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 2, don't I?
What needs bring you here?
Oh. Huh. A couple of decor recipes I forgot. What do we say? 7 and 3? 7 and 3, concentrate, go. Those all... What are they selling for here? 20k! Okay, now, I can get more than 20k for them elsewhere, but I'd rather just sell them. Get them gone. 20k is 20k, innit? How are we doing, Telomere? Welcome in. Good morning, good morning. Can you buy or make any leatherworking blue chest items for professions? It gives you no stats you care about. And rank 1, 2 chests are cheap. I'm not sure what we're talking about. My I've got all rare profession gear on my leatherworker. Right. Check this dude. Why is the clear work order button gone? Whoa, those alerts are a bit big. I didn't realize I'd made the okay, the alerts don't need to be that big. Thank you very much for the follow, I appreciate that. That alert was so big that it completely distracted me from I saw it pop up on my OBS and like, what the hell? I've been hacked. $60 to fill a flipping work order. What's going on here? Outrageous behavior. Does mean I'm going to really struggle for any value from concentration on leatherworking now. So, as those infused hides was kind of my quick ticket to success, but that market seems to have gone. Although these dudes are also similarly spec'd into what's going on here? Did I not take the items out the mailbox? Did I do another whoopsie? Turns out I did do a whoopsie. Leveling an engineer noticed one of the mining accessories, the Junker's bag, is unlocked at the last node of engineering accessories. Yeah. Epic ones you still buy with Moxie though. At least you get the recipe for free with engineering. Engineering is a real long game for professions. You can never you can't really afford to be any good at any more than 1 or 2 at the moment. Luckily, engineering is like hella cheap to set up. So if you want to spin up a few, you can. None of these particularly use expensive materials. Meaning I've got no real use for concentration on this dude. Alright, sure. Let's keep up with the patron orders then. They need the Moxie more than anything else, these dudes. Wow. Big stinky. Almost not worth doing for flipping 100 gold. Random first time craft bonus, I suppose, though. Which tools stats I mean are best for skinning, for farming the majestics? Perception. You just stack perception. Perception. Oh, hang on. Wrong long boy. Whoops. What are we working on tonight? We are mostly focused on getting patron orders redone, because there was a refresh of patron orders yesterday, I think, actually, but we'll get that out the way nice and early, then we'll see where we go. Why am I buying silverleaf thread? Why do I not have any? Alrighty. Last dude. How many fused vitality can we get now? Well, in theory, you can get 7,200 unalloyed a week. Which, how many that converts into like 800 a piece, I can't remember, but wow. Not doing any of them. Oh boy. Okay, well that was a quick character. It was a quick one. With nothing particularly fancy going on with those. Move on to the next dude. Enchanting and blacksmithing. Silverleaf thread goes really fast. I filled up my bags and thought I've overdone it. Next day they were gone. Yeah, you chunk through them, don't you? Absolutely chunk through them. Should I think about the abundance runs? Should I only do the runs on characters that need the epic tools and gatherers? For the most part, yeah. But you can, I mean, you can still buy little goodie bags of materials even if you don't want the fused vitality. Although you do need the gathering profession to do that. So standard crafters have no real need to do abundance other than the one-time rewards and then your epic tools. So let's do enchanting first because it's less interesting, I think. Oh, hello. Sold some stuff. Didn't sell my multicraft. Didn't sell all of my multicraft enchants though. Where are we up to with this dude? 84 skill. We not have any dust, even in the war bank. How's that happen then? Is it concentration day? Might be. Let's have a look, see if it's concentration day. Not on this tune. Oh, they'll do. It's a better haul. The the irony is that I would imagine that most concentration enchanters are making more from patron orders right now than they are from enchants, which is kind of cooked. The odd augment rune on these cheap glimmer orders. GG. What add-on gives you the detail of cost in the crafting window? I have craft sim and I don't have the same detail. Cost to craft in the profession window for the craft. Oh, that's probably auctioneer. If what you mean is this here, the to craft, don't pay too much attention to this, by the way. This is the cost to press the button. This isn't your crafting cost for the item. This is the cost to craft something, not your actual crafting cost. This is basically the sum of the value of the materials. I think this comes from auctioneer. Don't pay too much attention to it, though. It is concentration day, apparently. Most of these characters, I haven't gone out of my way to get any, like, Oxy recipe. I might not actually have any real use for these. Concentration right now. Not with a recipe that I own, anyway. One scan of everything just to see what the good recipes are. Enchant chest, Mark of the Root Warden, 30 gold value for concentration. I mean, it's not that concentration is dead with enchanting right now. It's just not on the recipes that everybody owns. Mark of the Root Warden. What does it do? Agi by 40, speed by 15. Cannot be applied to items lower than 120. The first thing that I can craft that is a recipe that I own is like tiny numbers. Like we're talking silver. Lol. So yeah, unless you are buying recipes, Mark of the Root Warden, for example, where do you even come from? Mark of the Root Warden. It's a Moxie recipe. It's a Moxie recipe, and presumably at high value it's expensive just because not many people have got the recipe. There's part of me that might just use these for leveling up. I don't know. If there's nothing blindingly obvious to use concentration on, I'm not going to try particularly hard. Not worth the time or the effort. That'll do. Couple of thousand gold. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Blacksmithing might be a little bit more lucrative because we can probably just concentrate on some alloys. People have begun posting recipes from the raid. Moxie satchels again. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's the gist of it. 600 Moxie is not particularly easy to get though. But if you do reach it, you know, you can you can gamble your way to success maybe. I mean, if you pull a raid recipe, it's kind of funny. One thing I should probably consider doing now is starting to look at some of the price of some of these recipes actually from a flipping perspective. I'd imagine there's been enough time in the expansion now for a few of the recipes to appear, for a few of the recipes to start sort of start having a sort of a perceived value. That means making shopping lists and doing clever things to try and find them. Right, blacksmithing then. What we doing on blacksmithing? I've not properly set up my blacksmither for anything like significant. What did I spec my blacksmith into? Oh, flipping profession tools and accessories again. Yeah, I've just not pushed my blacksmithing yet, that's why. It's still on my to-do list. Blacksmithing was very low down on my priority list. And it's kind of stayed there. Wow! Look at that big list of stink. Okay. Not doing a single blacksmithing order. Wow. And I'm certainly not fighting over... I'm not fighting for juice on that. Holy. I might save my concentration on blacksmithing due to... I'll probably cheese a bunch of it to finish leveling this. We're going to have to just make a huge amount of the blue tools, aren't we, and sell those. That's not a job for right now, though. That's a job for another day. Because I don't really want that job right now. Okay, slightly better luck on this dude. Okay, where do we spend concentration on a blacksmith? Nowhere really impressive. Alloys and alloys are spitting out only 3 gold profit for a full bar, 3,000 gold for a full bar of concentration. Get more from a lucky patron order. We're at that point already. What are we saying? It's like 5 crafts, isn't it? Let's just get 50 of each. Ingots. 3 times 5 is 15, plus a few just in case. Alright, a couple of procs needed to make this kind of worth. That's not a proc. That's not a proc. That's not a proc. What's the point of having a multi-craft tool if we don't get no procs? Game hates me. Ah! Saved 1 flux. Go me. You win some, you lose some. You win some, you lose some. Whoa! That's not the right TSM profile. Ah, why is it selling enchanting vellums? Why is Sanguithorn so cheap compared to Argent Leaf? I've not done huge amounts of herbing or mining, but I think it's just very simply that Argent Leaf is far more scarce. Do you have any prospecting alts? Yeah, my main hunter's actually spec'd into prospecting. It's at the point where he's about sufficient as he can be now. For just prospecting, that is. It's still not. Prospecting is like, I think a lot of people get a false impression of prospecting. It's a utility spec. It's designed, you should use it in order to help you with your reduction of crafting cost elsewhere, rather than it being something that you should, the window of opportunity to make stupid money with prospecting is like a 2-day window at the beginning of the expansion, really. You're unlikely to ever. You can probably barely recuperate your cost of setting up your Jewel Crafter right now, unless you are very savvy about how you sell your gems, which is what I think most people are not. It's setting up the prospector is great, but there are 2 steps to the process that you need to be more careful of, which is how much you buy your ore for, and then at what price you then sell the prospected gems for. If you can handle those 2 things on the other sides, setting up the prospector is easy, right? Any idiot can just follow a guide and set up the prospector. But it's knowing when to buy your ore and what price to sell your gems at, which is where the actual skill in it is. Did I make the same mistake again of not buying the flipping? No, it's craft sim working backwards, that's fine. We need to do some concentration. Which, oh, beat that order. What is it? Brilliant silver ore. Whoa, not 318, holy. No procs. No procs. Never lucky. Save 2 luminant flux. Come on, game. Come on now. Fucking hell. Alright. Once again, you win some, you lose some. Why does this dude not have the right TSM profile on either? What's going on? Hello? Why does he not have the profile at all? What's going on here? Did I not syndicate that out yet? No, I probably didn't, did I? Let's just do this quickly. Ah, flipping enchanting vellum, something's sold again. Whoa, can't type. Okay. Got all excited to see you still streaming the other day. Late my time, through my Prime over, and then realised it was the 24/7 channel. Oh. It still comes to me, so thank you. I appreciate that. Took a few years off from WoW. Wasn't sure who from the goal making community was still around. Yeah, I'm kind of grandfathered in, I think, these days. Some of the faces have changed. Since I know I'm gonna need them anyway. 6 times 5 is 30, isn't it? 15. Yeah, genuinely stand a better chance of making gold with the patron orders than I do with concentration. Kind of funny. No procs. Never lucky. No procs. You wouldn't think I've got 10% multi-craft chance. Not procced once. Sons of bitches. Abundance is so mind-numbing. Yeah, I'm already at the point where I'm, you know, not enjoying abundance, unfortunately. And we were talking about this a little bit earlier. I'm of more of the opinion that it would have probably been better if it was a solo thing. The fact that it is not solo is gonna cause it to feel really bad when joining a group and just AFKing in a raid group in order to do it becomes the meta way to do it every week. And finding that group will consistently end up being more and more and more difficult. At least this week, there's a whole bunch of people doing it just because it's new. The likelihood of those people sticking around for more than a week or two, though, once they've got their mount and whatever else they're there for, you just kind of gotta hope that a boatload of crafters stay interested in it. I need more of these, don't I? I need 15 of those. Then I need some, what was it, silver? Shit, how much of this was it? Like 30? Abundance equals mandatory repair the machine. It's a good comparison, actually. A lot of people chose to skip that because it was maybe interesting to do a few times, but hyper boring to do thereafter. Like I said, abundance would be more interesting, I think, if you had your own personal progression in it. Being that if you were geared, for example, if you were better geared, you would stand to get more points, and it would almost be a weird incentive for crafters to go out and play the game a bit more. Now the incentive is join a raid group and AFK whilst everybody else nukes it. It just becomes no different to any other like public event. It's just, how do you cheese it in the most cheese efficient way? Wow, not a single proc again. Never lucky. Got some knowledge points this time. Oh, a shard of Dun. Lucky me. Right, that's those lot done then. Done. Tailoring and scribblers. Tailoring and scribblers. Oh, and I'm also pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there is a bit of a memory leak on the go again. because some of my clients are just hoovering up RAM for almost no apparent reason. Absolutely hoovering up RAM. Yesterday, I had to close down and reload my clients like once an hour. Something was causing just like ridiculous memory usage. It wouldn't surprise me if it's abundance as well, by the way. Just be aware if things start running sluggishly for you. Something I can't pinpoint it, but something feels off. Let's do tailoring first on these characters. I only set these tailors up a day or two ago, so they might not have concentration or bolts or whatever else I was doing with them. Have a look. Oh, I sold a Sindori quill. Can I sell some of those other Sindori quills? One is good, but I would like to sell more, please. One is good, but I would like to sell more. Back to those in a bit. Do we have concentration? We do. Oh, it doesn't look like I've set these up properly. Sunfire Silk Spell Thread. Yeah, good luck on that order. Ah. Yeah, they're useless. Have I not... What did I do on... Why did I do this before unlocking that? What have I done here? Okay. I've done real weird... What do we get? 6,000 gold from a bar of concentration. God damn, never lucky on the multicraft. Never lucky. Sunfire Silk lining recipes worth looking into. Drops from the Dells, however, there's only one on NA at gold cap. Would have bought it if it didn't require 230 knowledge point to max it. Sunfire Silk lining recipe. Zan pulled that. Zan pulled that yesterday from a Moxie bag. It was only selling for like 180k, I think, in the EU. Pattern Sunfire Silk lining, one available on Draenor, 320k. Ah, Zan's dropped the price on the spell threads down to 69k. Lol. Oh, wrong table. Nobody saw that. Sunfire Silk spell thread, 26 gold commission. Don't think Zan's going to fill any of those orders for anybody. Oh, well, that's better. Why can't all of my patron order lists look like that? Why can't they all look like that? No, it's gone funky. Been spamming delves up to level up Valera. Currently 32. No recipes yet. I don't. I think you'll find that like when stuff drops from delves, it drops from higher tier delves. Meant pattern sunfire silk spell thread. Please ignore me. Need coffee. Well, that's a raid recipe. That doesn't come from delves. Yeah, that drops from the raid. Which means the only way to get that is from a moxie bag. Still only goes down to 309. Well, 309 is better. It gets a third craft out, if nothing else. Squeezes the value of that concentration a little bit harder. Dum here didn't buy enough flipping bolts. Oh, I wasn't capped on concentration either. Oh, flipping out. Alright. Donut. How many servers you sell in profession items? I set up 2 and it feels scary. 2 to 3 million products, praying it sells. Nice profit though when it does. Be really, really careful in overspending. Like, honestly. People get far too financially attached to the gold that they spend on crafted goods. And then that only leads to, like, FOMO and panic selling. But, really don't, the best thing to do is always start small and build up. Start small and build up. No matter how much gold you got in the bank, start small and build it up. Because if you craft 1 or 2 of something and you put it on the auction house and it sells instantly, then, well, maybe you can craft 5. And when you craft 5, and if you can sell those instantly, then maybe craft 10 next time. I see too many people that they like... Prospecting is an amazing example of this. People set up a prospector, and then the first thing they do is go and buy 3 million gold worth of ore. And I'm like, you have no idea. You're gonna prospect 3 million gold worth of ore, and then you're going to expect to sell it, and then it's not all going to instantly sell, and you're going to be like, shit, I need that 3 million gold back now. Let me just sell it for whatever and, recuperate 2.6 million gold. So if having 2 to 3 million gold worth of product is really scary, don't try and set up too many. Don't try and do too much cross-realm selling. Doing cross-realm is how you scale up once you're already confident that stuff works and you know what you're doing. Unless you've got a set of elephant nuts and completely want to put all your chips on black, then you do you, but... Nothing wrong with going balls to the wall, but you got to be responsible for those actions. Best of luck, though. That's all I'll say. Best of luck. Why is my craft sim queue empty? What's going on here? While I'm here, also going to buy some of those. Recipe scan doesn't work yet in Craft Sim. It works. I was using it earlier. It works for me. Span out on 10 realms, selling almost all the blue tools. So far, I've covered only the profession setup and the crafting prices. No profits yet. Yeah, exactly. This is the thing. If you you got to be very prepared that when you scale up, it's going to cost you a whole bunch, and you might not see profit for quite some time. And if you scale up too far too fast and then panic too quickly, you've this is when people end up losing themselves humongous amounts of gold. Just be careful, that's all I'm sort of saying. We can get 3 crafts out of this, or we would if we had enough concentration, and I don't. Still only get 2 crafts out of this. Go on, multi-craft procs. Never lucky. Never lucky. How are you doing on your goal to not spend millions? Well, today we haven't really spent anything. So, for all intensive purposes, we're doing quite well today. So far. It's always a so far situation. Who knows what might happen later? We're doing the busy work right now. The busy work actually makes a little bit of gold. Or in theory it should do anyway. We'll see how it ends up by the end of the stream. Ah, it's broken. $200k an hour skinning today. It's a good day. Are you on the Majestics, are you? Are you on the Majestics? That's the surefire way to make a whole bunch of gold real fast. Welcome in, Persephone, by the way. I need that bug stack or bug swat or whatever it's called for all these lure errors. I can't be asked to add more add-ons to the mix. That'll do for now. All the tailor's done. One more. No, me, I don't mess with things I have to fight for sales for. These sell instantly with the added bonus of being able to get experience for my little alts. Yeah, true. Yeah, the Majestic thing's not a bad little setup, honestly, if you've got a few alts. Totally agree. I'd be doing more of it if I could be bothered setting up all the skinners, but I just can't. It's just too painful. Too painful to fly around and pick up those treasures once, never mind 500 times. Really, all we needed 2 bright linen for all of those. Just multi-boxed it, 4 teams of 3. Oh, I mean, if you've got them spread out on different accounts, that's more manageable, sure. I have a lot of potential to do a lot of that. I just haven't been messing around with professions instead. I prefer tinkering with professions. But yeah, if you can bang out a bunch of majestic kills every day. YOLO. Right, concentration. Not quite a full bar, but close enough to get a couple of crafts done. No multi-crafts, because the game hates me. Right, let's look at inscription then. This is my main scribe, so I've got to be a little bit more careful with what I do on here. He's set up for making profession tools. Nope, not doing any of those. Wow, not doing any of those either. Well, that was an easy win. That character lasted all of about 4 seconds. Next. Yeah, it's a good question. Where do we spend concentration on inscription? Outside of, I mean, it's probably codifieds, right? Feels like codifieds is probably the play. Yeah, probably codifieds for most people, unless you've picked up a recipe that's got something a little bit more value on it. Quick recipe scan just for science. Pretty much codifieds. Codifieds are still a pain in the ass to be able to guarantee, so there's still some concentration value in these for a while. What you're looking at, you can't get this very easily down to 333 or below, so you're only getting 2 codifieds a go, which is kind of harsh. Is there some wizardry that can be done? Hang on, let's just buy a few of those. Is there some wizardry that could be done on the Azeroots? Maybe it's going to really carve into your profit margins, though. Mind, which kind of defeats the object. 816. I'm going to buy 24, but I'm also going to buy a handful of high quality just for science here. Because you might be able to wiggle. No, look, even if you use all maximum Azeroth at quality 2, you still can't get this below 333. You probably could if you filled this bar and had a bit better going on up here, but that's not really a standard concentration play, is it? So unfortunately, you're just better off min-maxing your margin by using all normal quality and just doing 2 crafts every couple of days. Sure, if you had a bit more of the 100 plus 40 build going on, you might see the ability to push maybe 3 crafts, but the cost of doing that outweighs the benefit, I think. Look, so annoying being like this close. Oh well, it is what it is. That then is tailoring an inscription done. Let's post give our goodies. Do we have any reason to spend those knowledge points anywhere particularly? Have I spent a single knowledge point on this tailor doing anything? No, because I've not even unlocked a tree. I haven't set these tailors up properly at all. I haven't flown around and picked up treasures or done anything on these guys yet. Nor have I done it with my scribes. I'm kind of slacking on these dudes. Kind of hard slacking, to be honest. So we'll just let it sit for a while. Oh, wrong TSM profile again. Petrified roots make concentration alts profits very low if you have to buy your own roots. It doesn't matter if you buy them or farm them, they still cost the same. Don't sell my stupid vendor mats. I need to put those in a group with other vendor items without an auctioning operation on them. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. No. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. For the first time since profession trees became a thing, I'm caught up on knowledge points on all my crafting professions. Let's see how long that lasts. Have you been able to harvest all of your flickers even? If you've done that, that's mighty impressive. I can only worry just how much that's cost you, though. I'm more than willing to let knowledge points slide at the moment if they cost me too much. Since the price on some of them is absolutely gross. Any interesting public ones? No. All the flickers on everything except inscription for some reason. Didn't even get the orders for that many flickers. I mean, the way that the flicker orders works, I don't think anybody's really going to ever see more than 1 flicker order a day right now. You have to be quite far behind before you start seeing 2 or 3 flickers. Which is kind of why the fact that they switched the catch-up system on a week ahead of itself is, to a degree, just annoying. As it means you're kind of forced to log on every day. Whereas before you could have just, done your patron orders once every few days and still been able to keep up. They've actually, in trying to help people, they've just like punched people in the face. They're like, here, we ballsed up and some people got weekly points, so we're going to turn the catch-up system on. Now you have to log in every day. Please be happy about that. So, yeah, I'm not salty. It's fine. This dude has actually got some tools on the go. We might stand a better chance here of actually making 3 of these. But no, I don't think we are we? I'll buy enough to try and do 3 anyway, just in case. Whoa. Oh. What? Whoa. Eight, 16, 24. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I haven't even unlocked finishing reagents on these yet. Oh, okay, sure. No, we're not going to do 3, are we? Just do 2. Genius breakthrough with 7% chance. You shitting me? Well, in that case, we did manage to get enough concentration to do 3. Wasn't expecting that to happen. Done, shard. Hang on. I need to vendor some of this rubbish. The fact that it's trying to go on the auction house is a waste of time. Oh, I hope that wasn't a quill I needed. No. That's better. Right, 2 more scribes to go. Oh, yo, actually, by the way, Persephone, if you're still lurking. Have you been keeping up with fishing? Have you got your grand lure yet on your fishing rod? If not, are you hunting down fishing treasures? Those things are worth stupid money right now. Although maybe I shouldn't tell everybody. Really? Just 1 ink? Sure. Taking a few days break from fishing to focus on other things, but apparently at the worst time possible. Yeah, those in the EU at least at the moment, I think it's like 400k for the for the grand lure for your fishing rod. It's kind of wild. Sure, they won't stay that price for very long though. What are we doing on this dude? Probably codifieds again. I'm just going to burn concentration on codifieds. There's no reason for me to not. Buy enough for 3. just in case we get a lucky proc. Selling the mats back out if we don't use them. No, not 824. Stupid game. Never lucky. 26% multicraft. Nearly BIS tools. Flipping enchanted, the whole shebang. Still no multicraft. Stupid game. Stupid game. Alright. There's another scribe done. Oh my god. Hello, goodie bags. Dazzling thorium. Nocturnal. 1,300 gold for the lotuses now. They're creeping, they are, you know. Those things are creeping. Tenth in the world for decor right now. Switch my focus to collection. Be no lifing world quests on alts. Wow, okay. Flipping hell. That's I think I'm 10th from the bottom. I have so few collected decor. But in terms of gold made from decor, I'm probably near the top 10 for that. I've been making silly gold with decor. Okay. One more scribe to go. How's your 10th day going so far? Mine pretty bad, not gonna lie, but we'll recover in time. Oh dear, Mr. Goldson, what have you done this time? Oh, do tell. What have you done now? What have you invested in? What's Goldson invested in this time? Oh my. That is a tragic list of work orders. I should do that one considering it's 2 knowledge points for 60 odd gold. I think we can afford that. Although it's a lot of faff for 2 knowledge points. Need mats for codifieds here as well, I know. Come on, multicraft. Come on, multicraft. Ah! I was like, why do I get a third craft out of nowhere? Because for some reason it was crafting with materials without the use of flipping. Alright, well, at least we multi-crafted on the stupid one. God, stupid game. Shouldn't be doing this on a Monday morning. It's too stressful. Right. There's those dudes done. Okay. Now, decisions to make. I've actually got alchemists and engineers to set up on a bunch of characters. I don't know if I want to do that now or whether I just actually want to tinker about and play the game for a little bit. Very tempted to go with the latter. You think Majestic Hide will increase in price once Season 1 starts? I say the same thing to nearly everybody. I hate speculating on price. What we do know is that Majestic Hides are used in quite a lot of endgame crafts, such as enchants, meaning there is a possibility, yes, that they will end up being worth more than what they currently are now. But that's, that is the definition of speculation. We look at while I can't tell you for sure what's going to happen with the price, what we can at least do is see that if you look at what a Majestic Hide is used for example, the fact that it goes into things like enchants is fun. It means when everybody starts turning on the crafting factories, the consumption rate of it might go through the roof, which could have an effect on their price. Whether that is in an upward direction, we'll see. Can concur. Do not speculate on price. Oh God, Golden. At least you've got fuck you money, so that you can like throw it around and make a few errors here and there. It'd be a bigger problem if you didn't have any gold in the first place. Anybody know what's up with enchanting quality 5 crafts? We're missing 10 to 15 points to craft Q5 since yesterday. I have no idea what you're going on about. I do actually need to do some abundant stuff, and I kind of need to do some herbing and mining on my druid to keep it up to speed as well. Right, I at least need to check things out on this character. I've not set up my... Maybe I might just do that today. So much for the not spending any gold today, by the way. I have a sneaky suspicion we're about to spend a bunch. Right, before I get elbow deep in this, I'm going to take a quick ad break for 2 minutes. Back in 2. Alrighty. Wait, hang on. What's going on here? These are the wrong characters. That's not the right character. Nor was this. What's on here? Aha! I did genuinely log on the wrong characters, that's why. Right, Alchemy Engineer alts. Right, we need to set up a bunch of stuff with these. What are you? Add-ons. Food. Right, let's get these guys to the right spot. This is a really boring mount to be using. This is literally the default mount. It would look more like a bot if you tried using the default mount. Remix skins default mounts. Not sus at all, is it? $333k for the token. Has it dropped below 333? Has it? Does that mean Team EU can now get 3 tokens for a mil? That's where it starts getting strong consideration of buying some. But I'm still of the opinion that like that's only about a 70k saving per token to what we're sort of usually used to paying. 400k. I mean, I'll take it. Still think we can do better. Love to see the EU token below 300k. Just don't know how that's going to happen, really. Going to have to be some pretty spicy BOEs or expensive enchants or something to cause the token to dip that far. Get Hearthstone locations sorted so it doesn't kick us back to Orgrimmar every time. Whoops, that's not right. It's usually a week or two into the expansion before we see the token price like bottom out. But I'm also not really in much of a rush. I need to remember the process on these guys. I was giving everybody about 100k gold, wasn't I, to level the professions. That was just like sunk cost gold. That if I make it back, great. If not, then, well, who cares? See how far they can get with 100k. We'll need profession tools and stuff as well for alchemy and engineering. They can just be responsible for buying that themselves. Oh, flipping warbank access. Do I have enough gold in the guild? They're not in a guild. Let's get them in the guild, shall we? Right, next step. Still says only 507 members. That's definitely not true, by the way. I mean, I know that for a fact because I've added 20 characters to the guild. Whoops, can't type. Can this character... No, flip. You plan to put purple tools on the scribes? Purple tools is a real sticky one for me, just generally speaking. This abundance system is going to be way more of a grind than I'm willing to do. It's one of those where it doesn't sound like a lot. It's what, 24 minutes a week? It's easy, just get it done. But when you consider that you have to farm up the flipping the dun shards to begin with, and that the event is absolute trash, I'm not sure for how many weeks I will stomach doing it in order to get the epic tools. The problem is, in this landscape these days, any less than absolute BIS build puts you at a huge disadvantage. Which, when you kind of need to be taking every advantage you can get your hands on to spin a profit anyway, it's one of those that you either kind of do the... You either grind it out, or you don't. So I don't really know. As it stands at the moment, I'll do the abundance on my main 4 crafters, but there's no way... There's no way I'm going to do abundance on my, like, extra accounts. I'm just not going to do it. It's just too much of a chore. Now, in theory, yeah, multi-box it. But you all know what my opinion is on, like, you know, Outer World multi-boxing. Even though it's kind of, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't decided. I need to remember that I live and I play this game with some very simple rules. If it's not fun, I don't do it. And that's, the abundance is going to very quickly fall into the category if it's not fun, I'm not doing it. Which is a shame, because it kind of looked as if it could be quite fun. But I sort of mentioned this earlier. Weirdly, it feels more... did I not try and apply to the Git? Oh, okay. Yeah, weirdly, it feels more sort of... It would have felt more interesting to me if it wasn't... If it was a solo activity. Because then there'd be some emphasis for you to get some gear, to get better at it, to get more points. But now the problem is that the meta is going to be, you know, just getting a raid that's absolutely nuking it. But that theory is going to be more and more difficult each week, because it's not something that's at a set time. So you're going to be incentivized to do it on Wednesday when everybody else is doing it. But that's also the same time where it means you're going to have to spend extra to make sure you farm out your dun shot. I don't know. It's just going to be a grind. I'm already self-justifying it to myself that I don't need to do it, I think. But we will see. Right. All these characters should now have guild access. Yes, good. You should now also be able to steal 100k gold. It's kind of the point of putting them in the guild in the first place. So I don't know for sure if it's going to be every week, but when you pick the weekly quest, it gives you 2 dun-duns. We'll find out tomorrow if that is every week. It'd be slower. Yeah, see, this is it. It's one of those, if you're going to do it, just do it. Or if you're not going to do it, just don't worry about it at all. I don't really want to do kind of like... Because if you just do 2 runs for a week, you're still thinking about doing it every week. And it's the same amount of brain effort and almost the same amount of frustration as just doing it properly. A lot of goal making, especially crafting, is very binary these days. Either do it and min-max it, or don't bother. There's not so much that grey area a lot of time. And that's kind of where I feel that these epic tools sit, really. If you're going to do it, you need to optimize it and you need to do it, because your advantage and opportunity for it to repay itself will be in that small window when you end up with like BIS build and you can squeeze out an edge against other people. I don't know. I can't really decide, to be honest. Like I said, it feels like I'm very much trying to self-justify that I don't need to do it to myself, which tells me that if I'm feeling this on week 1 when it's new and it's fresh, I can't see me being that excited to run flipping 20 hours of abundance in 4 weeks' time, can you? I think by that point I'll have pieced out. I'll go back to flipping decor and make millions that way. GG. This is the stuff I like doing, like leveling the professions, setting them up, and all of this sort of stuff. The you know, I'm all about the journey. I love the journey of setting all of this up. I don't particularly like the monotonous grind of it once you have got it set up. Which does end up with me spending an awful lot of gold on setting this sort of stuff up, and then I usually just min-max a couple of things and then cash out hard enough to not really spend much gold. The problem with quote-unquote doing it is actually doing it. After getting the bug at the end about 10 times in 30-ish runs and not getting the rewards, I'd rather not. Yeah, that's your other issue. The optimum way to run abundance is to jump in a raid group and just basically AFK it. But at the same time, you run the risk of it lagging and crashing out and you not getting any points for it. Which is one of those kind of like, oh god, damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situations, which is also doubly horrible. In other words, it'd be really nice if all of this stuff wasn't down to some sort of very unreliable world event. I like crafting having gameplay aspects to it, but I would like them to work, and I don't think that's an unfair ask. And the fact that I didn't farm up my 8 shards of Dun in early access when it was all broken, and have, in essence, put myself a week behind in the first place by not doing that, even though we weren't meant to have weekly advantage stuff in early access, is also another bit of a frustration. So I think the TLDR is do it if you find it enjoyable and you want that small slither of an advantage, but I don't think I'm going to bother. Right, so we need some sunglass vials. And we need some Tranquility Bloom. And apparently that's pretty much everything we need to get alchemy up and running, which does sound familiar. Let's it's really this cheap to set up, then that's it's not bad at all. Oh, so these unlocks are account wide then, but not all of them. That's odd. Oh, that just requires 10 skill in Midnight Alchemy. But this Be More Versatile is not an account wide unlock. That's odd. The rest of them are, but this one isn't. Okay, what's the logic behind that then? Is that Blizzard trying to gatekeep? It doesn't make any sense. Is that Blizzard trying to make it so it's not basically free to quickly spin up flask concentration crafters or something? But the unlock requirement for these is instant, so why block the... Okay, it's probably just a bug then, isn't it? What is become more versatile? I'm stuck there. You need to consume a ingenuity a verse flask to become more versatile. You need to buy and drink one of the verse flasks to unlock it. It just seems weird that this is a requirement on all of your crafters. Okay, odd. Sure. Oh, I haven't got any tools even. Fashion equipment, alchemy, tools. Say odds on the multi-craft ones being stupidly expensive. The irony is I kind of need resourcefulness ones, don't I, for patron orders? I only want the multi-craft ones for when we use concentration, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not buying two. those in the guild. These guys can grab them. Oh, I've just realised if I'm doing this for alchemy now, I should probably do it for engineering at the same time. Engineering tools, green Junkers multi-tool. Stat do I want on this? It's nearly always if you can do with resourcefulness, isn't it? Or do I actually want 2 tools? They're cheap enough. I might buy 2. Or why are these ones cheap? Because they're the shit ones that nobody wants. All of a sudden, it's 5,000 gold a piece. If you want one with flipping. Okay, I'm being scammed here. Give me 199 ones then, if that's the case. Multi-craft 1. Multi-craft 2. Craft 3. 4 multi-craft ones. No resourcefulness ones? Literally no resourcefulness ones. Oh, that's fun. Stupid game. Oh, what's going on? Wow. Draenor, fix your flipping green tool market. Gone to shit. Oh my god, it's actually gone cuckoo. Alright, well, sack that idea off then. One, two, three, 4. We're in this section of the stream now, aren't we? Which is which is where I casually forget that we're trying to save gold. I want to appreciate how chill the stream is, at least when I'm here. Perfect for learning gold making while I vibe in WoW. I appreciate that, thank you. That is kind of what we go for. Right, there's some profession gear for those tunes. Let's grab it. Patiently waiting for an alchemy setup, so thank you. I should have got this set up quite a lot earlier, to be honest. I've missed a good round or 2 of concentration on things like flasks, but you know, better late than never. I mean, for the most part, when I'm setting these professions up, they sort of start their life basically as concentration builds anyway. And then by keeping up with their patron orders and knowledge points and stuff, if I find a proper job for them, so to say, they can quickly switch into it and not be too far behind anybody else. It's kind of the vibe I'm going for with these crafters. So a lot of this is kind of being set up just on the cheap and just kind of like to get things ticking over, basically. You're an alchemy tool. You're an alchemy chest and alchemy hat. We're going to make a bunch of tonics, and then we're just going to recycle them anyway, I think. Considering I get points for recycling them, we can do just that. Oh, oil of heartwood. 12 gold apiece. Okay, regretting my decision here. Craft a few, recycle a few. Gets us up to about skill 25 if we're lucky. More than lucky. Skill 25, we do... Oh, yeah. Alchemy is one where you kind of got to decide what route you're going with. Which is a problem because I don't really plan to spec these characters out properly. For example, I absolutely definitely know I need a proper, well set up potion crafter. But I don't know who's responsible for doing that yet. And I might end up needing a few potion crafters. One to spec into light, one to spec into void. My main alchemist is spec'd into flasks. So basically 3 alchemists would cover reasonable demand. I might want a flask crafter, not on my main account though. I think transmutes are basically dead on arrival, aren't they? That was close. Almost bought a profession recipe. It's okay, I caught myself. Bought the decor crafts instead. Whew. Very close. Okay, I'm stun locked. I don't know what I'm doing with these alchemists. All I know is that it's vitally important to not spend knowledge points where you don't need to be spending knowledge points. I can, in theory, I suppose. Buy a flask recipe, even if it's only for some simple concentration crafts on them. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'm not getting all the treasures, I'm just getting the 2 that are like close to home. Cheeky 30 moxie, nice and quick. Do I need a... Oh, I do. I need a Lotus to unlock these as well. Yeah. Yuck. Alright. Lotuses have got expensive all of a sudden. I don't think we've seen the half of it yet. Since, there's like 4,000 of them in existence. Or, wow, haha. Okay, let's be careful here. There's not 4,000 of them in existence. Oh, sorry, I read the wrong line. 12,000. There's 12,000 on the auction house. But there's, probably another 100,000 lying around in people's bags, I bet. And that's weirdly all I'm doing on this. Unlock the recipe, and then buy enough to hit concentration a few times. What do we got? Two shots. 2 shots a day. Sorry, 2 shots every 4 days. Literally should have done this on day 1 of early access, but we... Right. Come on, Multicraft. Do your thing. Never lucky. Never lucky. Till next time. Right, next tune. How viable do you think bulk flask crafting will be? Doing some maths today, you need all rank 2 mats to force rank 2 flasks. Vials might be a bottleneck since Dawn crafters can't get to guaranteed rank 2 vials. You will absolutely need to set up a... Wait, hold up. Can they still not guarantee rank 2 vials? That was a bug at the end of beta. Did that not get smoothed out? If that doesn't get smoothed out, then what we'll probably find happen is that rank 2 flasks will be, yes, very expensive based upon a shortage of rank 2 vials, which is odd. It will cause that to be the bottleneck instead of the price of Lotus. Yeah, I haven't double checked that since the game went live. I can't confirm or deny, but if you still can't mass produce quality 2 vials because the recipe difficulty is too high, which was a thing in beta that got reported many times, but we'll see. Yeah, that will have some pretty scary effects on Dawn crafting and the price of flasks. What from experience though, from the beginning of the War Within, quality 3 flasks were too expensive in comparison to quality 2 flasks, and you can kind of see the same thing happening now. And we're not even, it's not even flask season yet. So if you look at what we got going on here, right? So normal quality flasks, 500 gold a piece. High quality flasks, though, you're looking at about 3 times the price, basically bare minimum. 4 to 5 times the price in some cases. This is a problem. This is a problem because if it's 5 times the price now, it will be significantly higher when it's actually flask season. And if the war within taught me anything, it's that people always claim they want the best, but when it comes to spending their gold, not always the case. The quantity of quality 2 flasks that sold at the beginning of season 1 relative to the quantity of quality 3 was astronomical. Simply because the price difference was just, people took one look at it and were like, oh, I'm just going to use normal flasks then. If they think you're going to, players were like, if we think we're going to kill the boss, then I'll put on a proper flask. But people were kind of using like normal quality flasks, or back then quality 2 flasks, just for like regular progression. And then if they thought the boss was going down, there might be the call to put on your proper flask. But nobody was like stacking proper flasks permanently because they were 5 times the price. But it's hard to say because it's not flask season yet. Dual crafters can guarantee rank 2 vials at the moment. There is no bug. Okay, so maybe they smoothed that out then, which is good. That basically means the bottleneck price becomes the Lotus. What was I doing though? Tranquility Bloom. About 100 of it. A bunch of these. 150 of them. What do we need? Like, what did I buy of these? 100 of these? Aha! Yeah, this dude's different because he's not a goblin. That also plays a part. Means my leveling path is slightly more convoluted. Not many lotuses around. They'll end up gatekeeping the flasks and decelerate the use of herbs once the floodgates open. Well, like I said, I wouldn't take the amount of lotuses on the auction house to be a fair representation of how many exist. I am very, very, very sure that people have just been buying them up, like, and stocking them up for quite some time already. So yeah, they might only show us like 10, 12,000 on the auction house, but I'm sure there's a lot more lurking. You got to remember, throughout most of early access, they were like 300-400 gold a piece, in basically as many quantity as anybody could ever possibly want. Only now that we're getting close to the season are they rising in price. But there's clearly people that, like, any time they see one below 1,000 gold, just instantly buy it out, sort of thing. So it's hard to know how many people are sat on. Petrified root thing is the bottleneck unless they change the way that drops. Well, petrified root is becoming less and less and less of a bottleneck every day. I like, because petrified roots come from the end of high tier delves. They come from the end of like heroic plus dungeons. So of course they were rare in the first few days, throughout most of early access and the first few days of launch. But it's not going to be too long by the time that, level 90s are just casually doing their dungeons, getting like a few every dungeon sort of thing. I think there's their scarcity is going to be less of an issue. I don't know. The system makes my eyes roll. There is no quote unquote hunt. You just do your business until a mob pops up. I've not even unlocked Prey. Like, what are we, like a week into the game and I've not even unlocked Prey yet. No interest in doing it. None whatsoever. I've run like 3 delves. I've like I've done so little of actually like of endgame stuff. I've done basically nothing. Like actually nothing. Kind of bad actually. Go on. I wanted a few more skill points from that. Okay. Might as well grab the first time craft. Need 25 for the spec tree. Although that said, I don't think we're unlocking anything in the spec tree. I need to go grab a couple of lotuses, couple of treasures. Leveling alchemy's weird, you know. This kind of cauldron thing's quite cool. I like the idea of the cauldron. I like that you can deterministically choose what recipes you're going to spec into. I kind of appreciate that. But at the same time, the sort of the leveling path is a bit odd. You do really feel like you definitely want to know what spec direction you're going into before you press any buttons. Which is hard for me, who just wants to set up some like generic alchemists for now and choose later. Hang on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, I need 3. I need a few lotuses. Stop running away. Swear he moved deliberately. Gonna need other mats, but I'll buy them for now. Let's just take a slightly different flask for no reason other than just because we can. And buy some mats to craft that a few times. Why are you not Oh, I bought the one that uses Azroot. Yuck. Azroot and Argent Leaf. No wonder this flask is more expensive. Did I list the flasks for sale on my other character? I don't think I did I? I think I crafted them, complained that I didn't get lucky. I leveled this without me tools on. What an absolute clown show. Right. Concentrate, 466, 2 crafts. Go on, big procs. Plus 27 procs. Ever lucky. Okay. I'll sell everything. I'm in no rush to sell those flasks anyway. High quality flasks. Doesn't matter when we sell them. Sell them today, sell them in 2 weeks. Doesn't matter. Some of you. If we can do this a bit smoother. Trank Bloom. Lotus. I'm gonna need some other herbs as well, aren't I? But I can't. It depends on what flask we unlock. We grab the treasures. Oh, actually, we can't get the treasures until we learn the profession. This dude's a goblin, so he gets a head start. It's going to be when we level engineering that's going to be really... Actually, thinking about it, with the price of Evercores and Aetherlooms, we might actually be able to take the non-recycling route for leveling engineering, and that might end up being way cheaper. Just to get a basic build up and running that we can throw some concentration at a few crafts every few days. Since Gamba on recycling, although not too expensive, no point wasting gold. I don't get what to do with engineering. I think most goblins, most crafters who are going to do engineering should probably focus on profession tools. Tools or accessories. It's such a big section of engineering now. A lot of the other stuff is just like, meh, whatever. The end game crafted gear, I don't think is going to be that good. They've even got competition from Inscription on the two-handed bow. I tend to think that going profession gear is the play. And there's 6 different routes you could go, so there's plenty of choice for you to pick a profession tool or accessory and get good in it. It's not super expensive to level up. Plus, recycling is a useful tool to have in your back pocket. So it's a useful utility to have, as it means you can get, you can make cheap items to then disenchant if you need enchanting materials as well. It's a very utility kind of supplementary fashion again. What do we need for that then? Come on, game. Do me a solid. Multicraft. Never lucky. Multicraft. Never lucky. Another one bites the dust. One more. One more. Anybody have an idea which pre-pot will be worth focusing on when the season starts? I don't know how bad the Kiss Curse effect is on the better pre-pot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like, what's going to be the preferred. Light's Potential feels like it's got to be the pot of choice, though, for most, surely. It's just, you know, just due to simplicity, if nothing else. Straight, flat, primary stat, can't argue with. There's probably a min-maxy answer, but the simple answer usually prevails. Oh, wait, what? Where's... Ah, I didn't learn Midnight Alchemy, I only learned Classic Alchemy. Whoops. Yeah, that Void Potion that does have a bit of a downside could also end up being good, but it's, in my opinion, it's entirely based on Sims, whether that works or not, which isn't my area of expertise. I can sure as shit tell you how to craft either of them in the best possible way, but I couldn't tell you which one's the actual better one to use. That's not my jam. How much Tranquility Bloom was it? Like 100. We need Lotus as well. Aha, didn't put me tools on again. Spent all that money on those tools and then put them on. Had the goal to pass my 12.5 million profit in the first 10 days of early access. Right now I am minus 4.2 million. Oh, good effort. Good effort. That is progress. Well done. I hope my plan plays right. If not, I'm cooked. Ah, but did you have fun? Did you have fun? This means the comeback will be even more epic. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I in the like at the beginning of the War Within, I think I went. Oh my god, my gold was up and down like a yo-yo. I think in the first couple of days to weeks, I think I spent about 25 million gold on leveling professions and getting characters set up. I had a bit of a windfall of probably 6 to 7 million gold off prospecting early on, simply because I knew the system before other people did, but that only lasted a few days. I got a bit of a cash cow off the back of flipping some cloth bolts in the War Within, so nothing really profession related. Probably made 5 or 6 mil off those. But it wasn't until the season started, and I was one of the first people in the EU to be able to sell the quality 3 flasks, and basically min-maxed that for a week or so, and probably made 10 to 15 million. So like I made gold at the beginning of the War Within, even though I spent like 25 mil off the bat, but it was an uphill battle for sure, which is why this time round I've been taking things way more chill. That's if I spend less, I don't have to claw as much back before I start spinning a profit. Imagine if you'd not hit the rank 3 flasks. Well, I pivoted aggressively into rank 3 flasks because it worked out, right? What I was doing is I was shuffling all the professions. Flasks was an odd one because you were kind of praying to RNGesus on patron orders with flasks a little bit, and I just got lucky for a few days in a row on one of my alchemists that basically gave me a few days head start over other people. So ultimately it was pure luck, but because that opportunity presented itself, I dropped everything else and just focused on the flasks. If it wasn't flasks, I would have probably done something else and made it all back. There was no issue of that. It's just, you know, that was the path I then ended up taking, because you chase what works, you know. Right now I have 3 characters shattering shards non-stop, crazy numbers, low profit, but it's steady. Yeah, see, that to a degree is the kind of stuff I don't really want to work towards, but it's kind of hard not to. This is partly why, if there's ever a spec that is like real process heavy, I'm deliberately delegating it to like a bonus account, keeping it as far away from the main account as possible, so that if I need to just leave something churning in the background, it kind of doesn't interrupt anything else I want to do. That said, I've ended up with prospecting on my main account, so kind of didn't listen to my own advice there, but my main Jewel Crafter has always spec'd into prospecting at the beginning of every expansion. It's more tradition than it is anything else these days for me to have done that. And fun fact, I've barely used it for much of anything yet. It will probably come into its own soon. Damn, seems to be impossible to spin a multi-craft on any of these. Oh well, whatever. Right, there's the alchemy setup. Should we have a look at see what the engineering setup looks like? Now this is where I might go the deterministic leveling route. And kind of avoid playing the Gamba research shuffle. Where's me engineering leveling guide? Deterministic waiter skill to 60. Evercores, junk, a bunch of moats, song gears, and soul sprockets. That's not going to make it particularly cheap, is it? Those flipping cogwheels are not going to be particularly cheap. Yeah, not at 400 gold apiece. The reality is these engineers are probably going to get given. I'm probably, and I say probably because I haven't decided yet, but following on my own advice, I'm probably going to spec them all once again into market mobility, and they'll all naturally flow into one of their own items. Then I can mass craft a bunch of blues and sell those. And I'll at least, with my main who is already working on the second one, each of these others can gain one of... yeah, okay. Maybe I just do that. Remember doing prospecting at the start of Dragonflight? It was so much effort to update stacks every 1.5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, that was a touch annoying. Until what was it called? Mass salvage assist. Or was that a war? That was the War Within, wasn't it? That wasn't even Dragonflight. Okay, if we're going to go the recycling Gamba route, do I just... How do we do this in a way that preserves cost? Because I really don't want to piss gold at the wall with engineering that much. Powder. Whatever the flipping hell it's called. Powder pigment, that's the one. Do I just do what I do with 1,000 powder pigment on each of these? Let's try just 1,000 powder pigment. I hate the fact that it's Gamba RNG. We're either going to get lucky here and get something that we can then mass craft up until about 70, or I'm going to cry. There's no in between. Right, let's just tinker. I have a theory, even if it's easier right now to get rank 2 stuff, especially enchants, if the demand is high enough, all the mats will skyrocket in the first weeks. Well, season launch generally does have that effect on most materials. The problem is most people are not able or willing to buy in enough of a quantity that it really makes it worth taking the risk. If you're somebody that has 10, 15, 20,000, million, trillion gold, then it doesn't really matter. You can spend that and you're all good. But, most players don't. Most people can't lock up all of their capital on a guess. That becomes the real issue. Fudge McDuck. I need to go and fly around and piss about with treasures with with engineering. Don't know, because I gotta put points in there. Oh, I was hoping I didn't have to do that. Did I unlock this? Surely not. Do you get given that one for free? Oh, piss. Otherwise, I just don't have any flipping knowledge points to put into recycling. Is it 10 points you need in it? Recycling now has the chance to teach you whimsical recipes. I've got to burn a couple of £100. See, the engineering is just one of those, you've got to go do stuff professions. That's really annoying. Do I just multi-box this? Oh, I don't want to have to, but I might just multi-box this. Tend to avoid multi-boxing at all costs, but seems non-optional. Grab the professions. Give it a week into season 1, it crashes. Elephant in the room. Dawn crystals. I've not put much attention. Like I've steered clear of all things enchanting for the most part. I knew I wasn't going to do enchanting concentration because I knew that was destined to fall flat on its face. I also was not about to lock up my accounts in early access doing disenchant shuffles. And since the season has actually, since the expansion is now wide open, I've still just not touched any of it, which means I've not looked at dawn crystals really at all. But the reality is they've made the stupid ace difficult to get, haven't they? Meaning that there's Blizzard shenanigans. There's Blizzard shenanigans on the price of the Darkmoon decks, which means disenchanting Darkmoon decks is kind of at the point where I thought it might be, which is that each Darkmoon trinket is about 3,000 gold apiece, making your dawn crystals in a similar price point, putting us in that sort of category of 10k enchants, which appears to be what's happened. This is almost sort of like Blizzard, dialing the knobs their end to make sure that the trinkets aren't being disenchanted en masse by enchanting too much. Has anybody with scribes even? I've not looked at the maths on this, but is it? I bet there's not, is there? I'm on the wrong characters to check, but I can probably check just looking at the auction house. What's the current going rate of most of the cards? Okay, so all of the basic cards are just free until you get to the ace, which... Are we saying the ace just really, really doesn't drop out in the wild? Are we saying that this requires... Are these drop? I mean, the fact that somebody's got 500 of the damn things is weird. Are we... I don't know what's going on with these. It doesn't look... I mean, you are really gambling on the ace, aren't you? If you're crafting cards. It takes two... What's it? It takes 2 high-quality inks. So it's going to take you 1,000 gold to make a card. You have a 1 in 8 chance. Yeah, the math ain't mathing on that. So you're not crafting to get the cards either way, I don't think. But the quantity of them, maybe you are. Maybe there's some shenanigans. Can you use these things instead? Yeah, you can. Can't you use one of these to make a card? So it's actually only 300 gold to make a card. Are you using these instead of using inks? So you take 2 of these for the total cost of, call it 600 gold. 600 gold makes you a card, and you've got a 1 in 8 chance of pulling an ace. 600 gold times 8. That's still a 4,800 gold cost average for an ace, which doesn't make sense why they're then this price. Maybe stacking resourcefulness helps keep the price of this down. There seems to be some possibility of actually crafting cards in order to get the aces, but 7 times out of 8 you get something that's basically vendor trash. The whole thing's gross, isn't it? Don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. But at least it's a way. At least it's a way that dawn crystals won't be manipulated too hard, because this is going to hold the price of the Darkmoon cards at about 4,000 gold. So then when you look at the price of dawn crystals, I bet, yeah, there we go. So yeah, there's going to be a steady supply of these regardless to what happens. 1 low card, 25 gold cost, and 1 of the Thalassian equals a chance to get the ace. So out of 2 Thalassians, you get to use 1 and the non-ace card, but it's not working at the moment. Oh, is it still broken? It still doesn't even work. Okay, fair. Sorry, you were all screaming at me if it worked. Fair enough. But the TLDR to all of that is that there is some sort of control on the price of Dawn Crystals, but all of that kind of relies on Inscription to be able to produce the cards at a similar-ish rate. The price of inks, in theory, should start to come down soon as well. Every week that we get more knowledge points means people can start replacing more and more pigments when making inks. Which will eventually get to the point where most inks can be produced using, like, 30% normal quality pigments, which will keep the price of inks down a lot more. So it's kind of controlled. If all of my napkin maths off the top of my head is correct. That was a detour, wasn't it? What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was clearly putting off having to fly my ass about and pick up treasures. How come concentration isn't profitable for enchanting? Because all enchanting mats cost the same. Quality 1 and quality 2 materials are basically costing the same. You're not saving anything by using concentration instead. You just might as well use high quality ones. All this mathing and speculation, and I'm just sat here waiting for Blizzard to randomly reset bonk cooldowns again. I hope they I hope they fix that. I really do. I've decided I'm not multi-boxing this, even though I could and I should. I might actually only pick up these first 3 to get 10 points in recycling. I might not go around and pick up all of them. There's 3 of them in and around the city. This one's a bit further away. Let's go get the one further away first. That's going to be 369. That'll be the 10 knowledge points I need to be able to do recycling and get recipes. It's interesting, because I'm not sure how I mean, Blizzard, obviously, when they are developing all of this sort of stuff, right? They clearly pay attention to some streams and YouTube content and that sort of stuff. I've always been interested to see or to find out if the profession devs, who they're paying attention to at any point, ever, if at all. Especially since there's not a huge amount of, short form content produced in the run up to an expansion. I still fail to believe that there's ever a dev lurking in the stream here listening to what's going on. I can't possibly believe, I mean, obviously our viewership numbers at the moment are better, but under normal circumstances, I can't imagine that I'm even on the radar at Blizzard HQ. Less still do I believe that anything that gets said in here would they actually, take to heart. do that, then we put 10 points in there. In theory, craft a whole bunch. In fact, how far does this Evercore shade go? It goes to like grey this bitch out. Should have taken enchanting before we did alchemy. Okay, grey's out at 40. Do we just spin this now and see what we get with 1,000 powder? Use the cores to craft first time crafts on whatever we can. Get the recipes, get the profession skill as high as we can with little money and see where we go from there. You know what? Whilst this is happening in the background, if I'm just going to send it, then we go and grab the other profession treasures. Big brain concentration angle, rank 5 blue tools, 80 to 125 gold per concentration. Yeah, some of them I've been able to stretch quite a lot concentration value out of those. It's finding one that, I mean, especially if you're willing to be a bit savvy about where you sell it. Oh my god, I've not got keybinds, nothing on these dudes. Quick bubble, run away. Bubble, run away. Bubble, run away. I haven't even got flipping cheat buttons on these. No intention of actually pressing any buttons on this character ever. So that'll change if we have to do flipping abundance on them. Oh my god. Managed to get only 600 abundance by going in on an undergeared alt and ended up solo. Sad. Ouch. What F4? Delete game. Is it in here? What's the thing I'm looking for in here? It's not in here, is it? In here? There it is. Game looks ugly when you've got it on like settings 1. You kind of get used to high fidelity, and then when you crank all your settings down because of running 5 accounts out and streaming, game looks gross. Oh, I didn't buy any powder pigment yet. What did I say I was going to do? Like 1,000? Spend 10k on a character, easy business, can't we? 10k YOLO. Oh yeah, I need 25, don't I? 1, 2, 3. 25. Cycling. 10 kp. Then send it. See what happens. How's this dude doing? Bunch of recipes. Little bit of pigment left. Yeah, that kinda seems to work. Right, now to do it 2 more times. Didn't get flickers on any of my characters today. We capped on them now. The closer you get to 0, the less flickers you see. So if you're miles behind on knowledge points, you can get a maximum of 3. But when you start getting into single digits, you might only see 2 or 1, or you might not even see any. Quick, run away. Run away. Don't have buttons on the bar even. Why am I still in combat? With who? Okay. One more. These 2 guys in the background seem to have burnt through their stack of powder pigment. Where are we going? Oh, we're totally lost. What am I mostly selling now? Well, believe it or not, still decor. Combination of decor, profession tools is, well, blue bind on equip profession gear in general is where probably the most of the sales are coming from. But if I'm going to be brutally honest, I'm not selling humongous amounts of stuff right now. It's still mostly in just like getting things set up mode. Okay, we need 1,000 powder pigment. Right, we need to this a few times. 3, 5, 10. It's going to get us to 25. It should do. Was they go? Oh, they stopped guaranteeing skill points at 20, I think. Three, 5. Dark recycling. Spend the knowledge points. And 10 points in recycling to unlock some recipes. And send it. Go. Whoa! Put the tools on. Yo, I've just realised I bet I didn't put tools. I didn't put flipping tools on anywhere here. Not that 4% resourcefulness is going to make much of a difference, but it could have done. I've in no way checked if we've unlocked half the recipes. Yeah, there's still stuff to come from recycling. I mean, the chances of 1,000 powder pigment doing the job properly is very slim. Right, last time. I'm already weekly 8 of 8 dun-duns and spent those. Can I already farm them for next week? Keep the currency in reserve. Yeah, and any dun-duns you have, you can spend. Seems to be. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't think you can. I think the only way there's like a crossover is if you farm them 1 week within your limit and don't spend them. But obviously, you probably shouldn't be doing that. If you farm them in a week, you should be spending them in the week. Hello, Poppy. Hello. Hi. Hi. What's occurring? You telling me I've been streaming too long already? No, you're not having any of my snacks. Come here. Come here. Up. Hey. Hi. Hi. Yes, I'm eating snacks. Hi. Getting big now, Am-Lams. That's my microphone. Getting big now, eh? Getting big. Not that small little puppy no. Yes. Yes. Go. Yeah, it carries over if you don't, or well, you seem to be able to hold on to a maximum of 8. In theory, you should never really have spares, because by having spares, that means you've not spent them properly at some point, which it appears to be the sticky situation I got into by farming a few, not spending them during early access, and then apparently we had a reset when we kind of probably shouldn't. So I kind of got screwed a bit, but you can't pre-stockpile for the next week, though. On drop combat. How far is this aggro range? Go on, shoot. There we go. Had 8 out of 8 on 2, 4 of 8 on... Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, some people will end up getting their epic tool a little bit before others, but my perspective on that is they'll also pay a hefty premium. So, you know, 6 of 1, half a dozen. Unless you craft it yourself. I'm not even going to have the moxie to buy the epic patterns for a while either. On a lot of my crafters, I went the route of going the route of buying the blue tools to mass produce them, as burnt a hole in my moxie stockpile that probably won't be replaced quick enough as people want start wanting epics, but oh well. Right, 1,000 powder pigment, this dude. Powdered pig. Powdered pig. Some powdered pig. Let's get a bit of recycling on the go. You crafted this to get enough shades. Craft a bunch of those. Hit skill 25. I was trying to tell you that. I farmed 8 dun-duns on all of my 9-8 alts, waited for reset, used them after reset, and farmed 8 more. No, I know. I know, but my perspective is that shouldn't have been the case. You know, the entire point of early access was that you weren't able to get weekly gains, which dun-dun shards are clearly a weekly gain. So this was my point, that it shouldn't have been that way. There shouldn't have been a reset on the counter because there wasn't technically a reset. It was launch. You know, you didn't get vaults or nothing like, you know. My point is it probably shouldn't have been that way, but once again, I got kind of screwed over a little bit by having trust in Blizzard that they were going to do what they said they were going to do, but turns out they didn't, so it's fine. Hashtag not salty. This is how cheap my server is. Wait, what are we looking at? Yep. That's a lot of people putting silvers. Lol. Doesn't surprise me. Right, now go. How did we get... Where did we get to on these then? Right. Bunch of recipes. Now, the theory goes is we should probably craft anything with first time. Well, we're going to have to go through and farm first time crafts on these toons. The goal of these characters, though, is probably to end up going in this path, which is why spending 10 knowledge points in the first place kind of hurts my brain, but you kind of have to with engineering. But until I actually set those up properly, there's no stress, is there? So, can I just... Is there actually anything that you can throw concentration at? Where's a recipe scan? $5 gold on emergency soul links. 15 gold on kinetic ankle primers. 5 gold on the scopes. Okay. Scopes. Nobody buys standard scopes. Nobody buys them either. Sure. 463. We can send it for 2. Wow, that's boring, isn't it? We can make 2 emergency soul links at top quality with a full bar of concentration. How incredibly boring. Sure. If we can recoup that 10k setup cost nice and quick, it'll all be worth. I need some soul sprockets. 2 of those. Go on, multicraft. Go on, multicraft. Never lucky. Okay. That's as far as we go with engineering now. And I guess, where possible, we do basically the same. People want 500 gold for rank 5 blue tools with concentration. They don't pay more. Sanguino. Spanish realm, innit? Isn't that the big Spanish realm as well? Spanish? Italian? One of the two. Oh, I should look at patron on these. Ooh. Yoink. Sanguino realm. I have a sneaky suspicion that ended up being a not terrible realm for pet selling, though. Way back in the day. Might be different now, but I have some memories of banging out a bunch of pets on that realm. If that's as far as we go on these characters, actually, we can just purge everything now. Oh no, don't go selling my vials, but you can sell those and those and those and those and those and those and not those. Right, that character's done. Where did we get to here? Do. You know, all the stuff you can sell on normal servers, mogs, pets, vanity stuff, not here. Best server to buy stuff for flipping for sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know the name. I know of the Sanguino realm. I just don't know it in great detail. Well, that's alchemy. Dorp. Wrong profession. No wonder me patron orders wouldn't work when I got the wrong profession on. No, people aren't crafting epic tools yet. No. There is a strong possibility though that people will be crafting them next week. Anybody that farmed up Dun shards in early access will be looking at crafting epics next week, which will that will cause arguments. People don't realize it yet. That's probably why it's not causing arguments, but it will cause arguments next week when people realize. Because people hate it when others get an unfair advantage. It's going to cause arguments, I can tell you. We didn't craft our soul links, did we? Did we need for those? Can't remember. Soul sprockets. Ingenious breakthrough and a multicraft. A dub. Fuck off, game. 2 ingenious breakthroughs back to back with 4% proc chance. Ah, see you later, luck. There goes my luck for the week. Oh god, wasted it on something totally useless. Need to buy another soul sprocket now. Complete waste. 1.6% chance, GG. Yeah, gotta love that, eh? Purge the shit stuff. Purge the shit stuff. Sell all the good stuff. Managed an 8% resource proc on an epic tailoring patron order and got 4 epic bolts worth about 12k. Go on. Nice. That's winning. No, I didn't do. I bet I didn't pick up me goodie bags on this dude, did I? Nope. Knew I forgot some in. Okay. Right, where did we get to here? Where did we get to here? Didn't seem to learn anywhere near as many recipes here. Or maybe we did, we just got a different selection of recipes. It means we're probably going to have to go laced zoom shots for conch. Bit more spendy, but sure, it's fine. Give me a cheap song gear. How many are we looking at doing? 2? Couple of cheap song gears, couple of cheap soul sprockets, couple of cheap ether looms. Right, multicraft, go. Where am I getting these ingenuity procs from? Can they go away? Can I stop getting ingenuity procs? That's it. Spec for multicraft. Flipping hell. Alright, sure. What's the plan for these engineers? Long term, well, medium term plan. Short term, they ain't doing nothing. But medium term plan is they'll probably go into the areas of market mobility that I haven't got covered elsewhere. My main engineer has already gone deep into jewel crafting tools and has actually min-maxed this. And is probably going to go into tailoring tools next. So these four bonus engineers will probably just go 1, 2, 3, and then finally 4, just so I've got all 6 of these options fully covered. Now, obviously, give it time, one engineer will be able to do all of this, but until that day happens, I'll have to spread it out a little bit. So we done concentration. Let's check these. There's some couple of spicy patron orders. Basically covers half your leveling cost right now. My weekly treasures have reset since yesterday on the EU. Interesting. I didn't notice that myself earlier. Although there is a possibility that the timer on this add-on is set to like NA times, but even still it feels a bit early for NA to have its reset as well, doesn't it? Because it's Monday. Are you sure you just didn't? Are you sure you just haven't collected them on that character yet? Are you sure sure they've actually reset? All of that rubbish. And then purge the rest. I'd also doubt there's a timer. You can query the weekly reset, which then should be used for resets, which then resets the quests, the hidden quests, would still otherwise be flagged as done. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I think you probably just haven't picked up the treasures on that character before. Okay. If we burn through and sell... I mean, we've nearly leveled alchemy and engineering. Like, excluding the time it's taken me to do it, almost for free. Now, obviously they're not doing anything particularly special right now, but that's, the point is they don't need to be doing anything special right now. The point is they're meant to just be kind of like ticking over. We can burn some concentration if there's anything of value ever, but the point being is that we can give them a proper job when it's needed. They can just go to town. And, you know, technically it's a small little drip feed of gold all the same. These patron orders add up, believe it or not, by the time you do 20 characters a day. You know, a couple of thousand gold each time. It's 100k without really any real sizable effort or investment. You can definitely do better elsewhere, but something's better than nothing. At least it's forwards, not backwards for me. Just as of right now. I'll take gold going up, even if it's a small increase right now. Where do you pick up the treasure knowledge points for crafting professions? It's too slow. Well, yeah, any zone technically, but Zulaman seems to be a favored. There's somebody pointed out yesterday, and I've not really been able to confirm or deny this in great detail. It was pointed out yesterday that in Zulaman, it feels like whilst you still have treasures outstanding, there seems to be less treasures on the map, which is kind of weird. But soon as you've collected your weekly profession treasures, more treasures appear on the map, which then makes it much quicker after you've got your profession treasures to then get your dun-duns as well. There's a bit of a wombo combo situation. You can get your weekly profession treasures, then tail into, or at least at the same time you can be getting dun-dun shards. And thirdly, there's loads and loads and loads of fishing pools out in Zulaman, which if you see a treasure pool, you should probably drop your rod in it at the same time. So there's a few things you can kind of tick off your list all at the same time in Zulaman. You can probably do a bit of that as well in theory in the other zones. That's not really specific to Zulaman, but Eversong is just pretty poor. Harandar has all of the stupid flipping moths, which unless you've collected all of your moths are annoying. And the Void Zone just seems quite... I mean, there is treasures in the Void Zone, but it doesn't seem as good. So I mean, out of picking one of the 4 zones, I would probably pick Zulaman to do most of my weekly treasure kind of farming stuff. Maybe when you unlock Renown 9, Treasures 2 perk thing changes. Well, yeah, Treasures 2, they're a different type of treasure, so you'll now have more. Yeah, that could be it. What had I done on this character? I'm kind of losing track of things. Done me work orders. What recipes did we get? Weighted boom shot is probably our... Wow, that's not even worth pressing the button. Okay, that's better. Ongiz, Soul Sprockets, Evercores, and Aether. Right, no ingenuity procs game. I don't want any ingenuity procs. Only multicraft procs. I'll take a resourcefulness proc. Only multicraft. Oh, game hates me. Alrighty. Oof. Sold those flasks pretty quick time. Jesus. Insta sell on those 4 flasks. Well, there we go. Add 8,000 on top of the gold. We're only we're once again we can sell a couple of these smugglers eye concentration crafts. We've basically got enchant alchemy and engineering for free again. Nice. Okay. That took a little bit longer than I expected it to. Because we had to go out and grab some treasures and whatever, but got the job done all the same. Those guys can log off now, and we can come back to those when they've got a proper job to do. Feel like flasks are going to explode on raid release. There's whales stockpiling them. I mean, you'll always have people stockpiling stuff. I mean, the point is that if you can sell it for a profit today, then why wouldn't you? Don't worry about the fact that you could sell it for more in the future. If people want to stockpile them, if people want to take that risk, let them. But, boys and girls, I think I'm going to leave it there for now. We got some of the basics out of the way. Tomorrow's the last day before EU gets its reset, so I might just see what I need to do to finish a few things off tomorrow. The stream schedule, there might not be a stream tomorrow. Sulla is, I've only got 2 dogs in the studio with me today. I've got the 3rd dog with me as well. Sulla's with me as well tomorrow. He's still got his cone of shame after his little vet's trip last week. So I might need to show a little bit more tender loving care to the dogs tomorrow. So I might do some casual gameplay, but I might not throw the stream up. We'll see. If not, we should be back on Wednesday, because of course Wednesday's reset day, big day, big day for sure. People will start getting their epic profession gear, I believe. Zaya 22 with the gifties, thank you very much. Appreciate those. Might lead me to consider getting some Moxie to be able to craft some of these epic tools that people are going to run around and start wanting.
Both, I hope.
We'll have to contemplate that. But anyway, boys and girls, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy goal making. Hope you make more than I do. And hope you spend less than I do. But yeah, have a good one. I'll see you next time. Peace.